Want to know what we're doing with this? Stick around.
Regulators! Mount up!
Hey everybody, Lewis here, Rshackbbq and other things. So today I'm doing a pork butt on the Rshackbbq, and then I'm going to shred it up and we're going to do pork street tacos. Stick around, this is going to be pretty good. Okay, this is our almost 10-pound pork butt after I trimmed it up. I'll have a video of what it looked like with the fat cap on it. You know, I'm one that doesn't like that really heavy fat cap. I like to take that all down to where it's almost gone. Some people like it on there and says it adds flavor when it reduces down and melts back into the meat. You know, to each his own, I guess. However you want to do it is fine. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to just take my jacarder. So I'm just going to take my meat jacquard, poke a bunch of holes in it, like so. Bones right here. Let's get this side done. What we'll do is we'll flip it over here. Get the other side. Then I'm just using Worcestershire sauce as my binder. Get it all over it. Nice. Good amount of it on this side. Then for our rub, I'm using Uncle Steve's Shake Gator Shake. We'll get a good liberal coat of this on here. This should add a little bit of spice. Oh man, that's spread all over that. And give it a nice bark once we smoke it. Give it a quick pat down. Flip it over. A little bit of Worcestershire. And come back with the Gator Shake. Oh yeah. Try to get them edges. There we go. That's beautiful. We'll let this set. Let that seasoning get into the meat. We'll get the Rshackbbq fired up, and we'll throw this on at 230 degrees. Probably take about 5 hours to get it up to the 160, and then we'll probably wrap it. Rshackbbq's up to temp. It's time to put this pork butt on here and let her rest in the old smoker for a few hours. Running at 230. We're going to stick one of the probes in it, monitor the temp of the pork butt. I'll probably put my meat stick in it too, just to do kind of a comparison here. So let's get this pork butt on here. Okay, got it on there. Check it in a few hours. Okay, so we're sitting about 140. I'm gonna go ahead and kick it up to 275 from 230. I'm gonna try to speed this up a little bit. It's been on for a good almost 6 hours. So Gonna crank her up to 275 and keep monitoring that temp. Okay, so we've hit 160. Time to take it off and get her wrapped up. So as you saw, I double wrapped it in foil. I just put butter on top of it and a little more apple cider vinegar around it to kind of steam it. Put the meat stick probe back in it, as well as the Rshackbbq probes, and we'll let it get up to, I'm thinking 195. Then we'll pull it, let it rest, and then we'll shred it. Stay tuned. Okay, we've hit our target of 195. Time to pull her off and let her rest for a bit. Here is our pulled pork street tacos. Mine has olives on it with sour cream. My wife's, she has guacamole, but no olives. She doesn't like the black rings of death, as she calls them. I love them. Let's try a bite. Oh yeah. Where did that actually work? Oh, that's one. So you saw how I seasoned that with Uncle Steve's Shake Gator shake, and then I spritzed it with apple cider vinegar, Tapatio hot sauce. Now I put it in my spray bottle but it was a little too thick for it, so then I had to transfer it to that squirt bottle, and then I just squirted it. And let me tell you, it was giving it a pretty good kick on that bark. It was pretty spicy. But overall, I think once it got all shredded like this, let's take a bite. Yeah. All it tastes like is pork, and there's a good seasoning to it. That is real flavorful. It's not spicy. I thought it would be. But it's really good. And then you saw what I did there at the end with that tool. It's called a pork puller, and you can find them on Amazon. The one I have is a 4-inch disc, round, and you just put it down in that bucket and you just mix it up, and it does pretty good. So put it on the Rshackbbq at 230 degrees. Let it go for 6 hours. When it hit 158 to 162, then I kicked it up to 275. I took it off and I wrapped it. I double wrapped it. And you saw how I put the apple cider vinegar and butter on it, just to keep it nice and moist. I let it go till it hit 195 on the Rshackbbq probe, and then I let it rest. I only let it rest for a half hour because it was getting late. It took it about 3 hours to get up, so it was about almost a 9-hour cook, and then a half hour to rest, and then get everything else prepared. But oh my, I don't know. I hate it when I don't know where that camera's at. You can see. Ooh, that has a little spice to it. You get that bark, and it does have a little kick to it. But it is super moist. It is delicious. And that taco stand I got, that thing is awesome. I have to say thanks to Gary over at GT's Barbecue and Cuisine for showing me that, because that works out really good. Well, like I always say, you can do this too. Grill on, my friends. Thank you for watching. Till next time.